thank you so much for being my first guest, my brave guest, and for stopping in. Please, for the listeners, Lisa, introduce yourself, your background, tell us who you are in human resources.
Excellent. Well, I'm Lisa Moxley. I work at Community Health Systems, Inc., which is a federally qualified health center in the Inland Empire. And I'm the chief human resource officer.
Yes, you are.
And I've been with the organization about 9 years.
I love that. And we were talking a little bit before we heated up the cameras about you being the chief human resources officer and how that wasn't always your title. As a matter of fact, the organization didn't even have that title.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
Can you explain to me a little bit about that kind of the road to going from a director level and going to your employer and saying, I'm not trying to leave to get a better title. I love it here, but we need to create a chief title because that's about where I'm at these days.
That's so true. I am so lucky to have an amazing CEO. She really is a mentor and really was forward thinking because she was in the director of HR title before she got promoted, and she really recognized the value that HR brings to the organization.
Yeah.
And the things that we were doing with, organizing benefits, comp, insurance, and really gave me the opportunity and said, hey, it's time.
Yeah.
And she bumped me up to the chief level, and I said, well, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And she said, I need you to develop your team.
Yeah.
And so that's been the goal. The goal is to get all of the HR practitioners certified and get them trained up so that they can go in succession plan when I'm retired.
You probably had folks sitting like a generalist type role that are now managers, what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had generalists, we had coordinators, we had recruiters.
And as you moved up, they all kind of got up a rung too.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
What a great leader you are. So let me ask then, as you take someone from maybe a generalist role into a manager role, is it now incumbent on you to make sure that person is a qualified HR manager, right? So new roles, new tasks, new responsibilities, how does that look?
Absolutely. So one, that transition from peer to now leader, that's one of the hardest transitions that someone can go through.
Yep.
So really making it a safe place for them to talk through their challenges and get them to start transitioning from doer to now delegator.
Yes, yes.
And what comes with that.
Yes. Do you have tips and tricks on coaching people up on that? Because it can be hard.
So really, from what experts have said, with delegating, you have to give the authority of that, and you have to give them the ownership to adapt and be flexible if they need to.
When you say from what experts say, it reminds me, so someone like you that had to grow up amongst the ranks also and get into a chief role, how do you keep yourself abreast of how best to perform in your role?
Well, I come to wonderful events like this. Free plug, the California HR.
I've
listen
been coming
to great
podcasts.
Exactly.
Yes.
I've been coming here probably 6 years.
Yeah.
And, just meeting people and networking and really just staying abreast of what's happening in the legal world and amongst our peers. So it's like 50% networking and finding out what's going on, and 50% staying your boots in the ground with your current organization.
With respect to where HR is today, where your role is today, what's keeping you up at night?
Compensation plans.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those areas where meeting that expectation of the employee to what the salary is never meet.
There's a gap and or a chasm.
Yes. So just managing personalities, passions, along with budgets and things like that, that's always a difficult situation.
Do you try to find and or have you successfully found, I don't want to call them like other, but like, we round out compensation a little bit. It doesn't always need to be dollars and cents because the budget is what it is.
Right.
How do you augment their perspective of their total comp?
Well, we really try and get them to see things, one, from an employer perspective with the budget, because like you said, that doesn't change, but really open your eyes to what can you do with the total compensation. Hey, we also have a 403B that you can invest in. Oh, we have a insurance plan that you can utilize. And, have you looked into the employee employee, the
EAP, the employee
EAP,
assistance program, all those
yes,
things.
things
So
like that.
it's an education campaign surrounding the ancillary benefits
Absolutely.
and even core benefits.
Yeah, so just getting them to look outside the normal box of the dollars and cents
Yeah.
and look at those soft values.
What are you excited about the conference?
Just finding out how to do different compensation packages, how to work on culture, how to work on retention. Because, now if you get a good groove in recruiting, how do you keep them? So that's kind of what I'm looking as a takeaway this year.
I appreciate you so much for being on. Have a wonderful conference. Tell your friends and colleagues to stop by, Lisa.
Absolutely.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
There seems to be a suspicion